From Texas to the Mid-Atlantic region, schools have closed early. Flights have been canceled. And transportation officials are advising motorists to stay off the road. Winter storm warnings are in effect for all of central and northern Arkansas for this afternoon, and then into the Carolinas and Virginia for tonight and tomorrow afternoon.
Oh boy, rain, freezing rain and snow are being forecast, with some areas looking at more than a foot of snow before it's all over.
We want to go back out now live to our meteorologist Adam Burke. He is live in Blytheville, Arkansas. That's right in the northernmost portion where we're seeing that snow still whip across your face there, Adam. How's it feel?
Going sideways, Adam.
You know, I got to even it out. I'm punishing this side of my face right now. So I'm thinking next time I'm going to punish this side of my face a little bit. Just got to even it out, right?
Yeah.
I got to be symmetrical with all this. But you know what? The wind has kicked up. There is no more freezing rain. That's done. But this snow has some sleet in it. And if it's not sleet, this is some really painful snow. I'm not sure. But it's mainly snow right now, which is good news because it makes it so much easier to drive on. This is Interstate 55 behind me, a very heavily trafficked, big-time artery, actually. You can go from New Orleans all the way up to St. Louis along 55, so a lot of folks traveling. The Arkansas Department of Transportation doing a great job with all this as well. They have about 700 pieces of equipment out there trying to keep these streets clean. The fact that they were pre-treating them really helped, though, because we've picked up about 3/4 of an inch of ice out here, which is extremely dangerous on these tree limbs. We expect some of these to eventually fall. They are really sagging right now. A ½ inch of ice on some of these tree limbs can be trouble. You start getting up to ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch, you're definitely going to have some of these tree limbs falling onto power lines, and then you know what happens, right? You get some of those power outages. This isn't the only place that got rocked by snow and ice. Almost the exact same conditions in Oklahoma City over the last 24 hours. Still seeing some snow right now, in fact. Big-time problems there. As you can see from some of the video, you've got snow, you've got ice. Over 170,000 folks without power right now. The other issue, though, when you get all that freezing rain that builds up on these tree limbs, you got to cut them down at times, which can also be pretty dangerous.
Extremely dangerous if you don't pay attention and stay out from under the trees while everybody's cutting and just branches breaking out of the trees because of the ice.
So there you go. You got to really watch it around these tree limbs. So we're telling people, just don't go out if you don't have to. Folks are able to get around on Interstate 55 off to my right, but still, we don't recommend it. So we've been talking about Oklahoma City, all the problems there. Let's talk about the forecast. Temperatures in the low 20s right now. It's very windy there, too. It's not the safest of evenings to be out there, that is for sure. And when you have problems like that, and when you look at the temperatures only dropping into the teens, this is not melting anytime soon. We'll be lucky, we think, to get out of the 20s tomorrow. It most likely won't happen. So brutal still, gang, from Oklahoma all the way into the Carolinas, and the Carolinas are only beginning to see some of this mess. Back to you guys.
Snow shovels are going to be, I'm sure, hard to come by there. We're going to have a lot of digging out. Thank you very much. Adam Burke reporting from the northern sections there of Arkansas in Blytheville, where you're still under winter storm warnings. Winter storm warnings all the way back toward Tulsa. Oklahoma City, you're in a winter weather advisory now, but it is still snowing. It's snowing around Nashville, Tennessee, and we've seen icy conditions all the way down into northern Alabama and northern Mississippi as well. That's the layer of pink. You see the blue line on here? That's our 32-degree line. So you can see where freezing temperatures are toward the north, where it's above freezing southward, and where we're seeing rain instead of that sleet, freezing rain, and snow. And it is still snowfall here in northern Arkansas. We've seen a little bit of snow actually mix into Little Rock, along with some sleet here, rain farther toward the south, but the snow is still coming down there around Tulsa. We've seen freezing rain and sleet around the Memphis area, a little bit of rain trying to mix in as temperatures warm just ever so slightly. The snow still coming down around Nashville and into eastern Tennessee. Some of the higher elevations really getting hit. We've been seeing Asheville, North Carolina being hit hard here with the snowfall as well. Atlanta, just a few rain showers, but look out, you very well could see some freezing rain or some freezing drizzle as we get through the nighttime hours tonight. So it's a triple threat. Heavy rain southward. We've got the ice in the middle and the snow there toward the north, and we'll continue to see that around Nashville and on into Charlotte, North Carolina. Raleigh could get 10 to 15 inches of snowfall here tomorrow. Looks like probably 5 to 8 inches around Charlotte, although much of that could be in the form of sleet rather than snow, and we'll probably see even a little bit of sleet mix in there around Raleigh too. Atlanta looks like it's going to be mostly liquid after a morning of, well, that icy condition, and we'll see that in the northeastern portion of Georgia too. Already seeing some snow there up in the foothills of the Appalachians, and snow all the way up into Virginia. Washington, D.C. is probably going to pick up about an inch of snowfall there, and it looks like probably as much as 10 inches, 6 to 10 inches here around Norfolk, and Richmond could get in on that action too. So heavy rain southward, snow and ice still continuing, and then on into the mid-Atlantic tomorrow, we're going to see those temperatures probably hover right around the freezing mark to keep whatever snow is snow here around Norfolk there. Washington, D.C., actually, you could melt yours in the afternoon with a bit of sunshine.